Hello, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I'm James.
Hey, Garth Brooks.
As we go a little something like this.
It's all about the good, bad, love, hate. How are you doing, James? Good, sir.
So I just got off of working the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift for 4 weeks.
Why?
Or 2
why?
weeks. I'm even for it.
You're dying. Stop
I am.
that.
So I have not slept in like maybe 40 hours for any substantial length of time. So I'm a little frazzled. So I apologize for any of that.
Why are you well, because you work third shift. So why do you have to work third shift?
So the way it works is if they brew for 24 hours, and the idea is they don't want to leave the brewer there alone, so one of the cellar guys shows up overnight just to make sure he's not there by himself in case he like crashes the forklift or falls in the kettle and
or like
boils
gets
to
like
death.
real spooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or needs some smooches.
Okay.
That's the word of the day, right?
Yeah.
Word of every day.
You're learning my vocabulary now, and I feel really bad.
Yeah. So no, that's been my life. It was fine, but then I had to go straight from that into normal. I'm like 9 to 5 again.
Yeah.
And so I just haven't really slept.
So today you started your 9 to 5 again?
Yeah.
Okay. And then yesterday you were off? Is that what it was?
So I was off yesterday. I had to work until about 6 a.m. Saturday and tried to force myself to stay up to get kind of on a normal schedule.
Yeah.
And couldn't. So I just slept through Saturday until, I don't know, whatever. But then ended up Sunday night, 3 a.m.-ish, falling asleep. And then tried to Sunday go to bed like a normal time and just couldn't. So
gross.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I'm glad you're back. Do you have to do this often?
It's every 6 weeks it starts, so I don't have to do it again for another month and a half.
All right, so when you do that next time, we will record super in advance.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do this last minute. We are recording the Monday evening before this actually comes out because of our schedules did not align. I was gone all weekend seeing my sister and her boyfriend down in, not even down, I don't even know how the United States works, over in Detroit, Michigan area. So that was super fun. We flew by Flint, and it made me feel really bad about their water. And then I thought about RoboCop.
Did you see all the lead?
Yeah, it was real weird. Like I just saw like all this water like just brown just all around on the highway. It was real weird. But then I talked about RoboCop, and that was really fun. But
I remember when they wanted to make a statue to RoboCop, and I'm guessing that didn't go through because I think they're having financial troubles as it is, and
they're having a lot of financial troubles up in the dirty D.
It would probably be hard to swing spending government resources on a statue.
I thought they did a Kickstarter though. I thought it was a Kickstarter.
Was that what it was? Yeah, I don't remember.
So.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Then again, Kickstarters fail all the goddamn time, even though they pass.
There's a lot of terrible ones.
There's a lot of legality issues in Kickstarter.
There's also a lot of people don't. Either they willingly lie just to get the money or don't realize how expensive it is to really do something.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, especially if, we're going to have our little video game corner moment here
that's
again.
totally fine.
Especially with video games. There's a lot of video games on Kickstarter, and there are some successes. Now, one of my favorite games of all time is Shovel Knight, and that was a Kickstarter project.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I still haven't played that. I own it.
It's great.
Okay.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. And they keep releasing new free content, and I don't know why.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. But there's for every one of those, for every Shovel Knight, there's like 50. Have you ever heard of Mighty Number 9?
Yes.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, these guys are like, hey, Mega Man was awesome. We're going to make a brand new Mega Man. How about, I don't remember the numbers, but it was absurd. But they raised several $1 million and basically couldn't get it out. They tried to do another Kickstarter campaign for some more money. And then while this was happening, the same studio tried to kickstart another game.
Yeah.
Maybe probably to... And then when it came out, it was like a steaming pile of garbage.
Yeah, it didn't do well. It didn't. There's other clones of Mighty Number 9 that did better than Mighty Number 9. So yeah, I don't donate to Kickstarters very often because I don't feel like the rewards, one, are worth it, and two, everything's risky, and I don't like because I like getting new board games.
Yeah.
And but a board game that I saw the other day on Kickstarter was like $50. That's how you get the game. So I'm investing $50 in a game I don't even know I'm gonna like. I tend to give Kickstarter money to like the $10 games because even if it's really shitty at the end of the day, I spent $10 and that was like a good story at the end of the day. But then again, I bought a ukulele on.
Is that ready? Is that out?
It's coming out in April.
So Banjo-Kazooie was one of my favorite N64 games of all time.
Yes, it's
And
an amazing game.
Yeah, so Yooka-Laylee is just hopefully a modern.
It looks like it
remade.
looks good.
It looks
Everyone,
good, it
the
does.
early access people are saying that it's super solid and it's super well put together and it feels just like Banjo-Kazooie. So I paid $15 for that.
So we're talking about this. I also saw one. I watched this YouTuber Jim Sterling. He just kind of does like first looks at some games.
Yeah.
Where he was looking at a couple of those Yooka-Laylee knockoffs.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, I can't remember what they called it, but the guy, some Spanish YouTuber bought it so he could do the voiceover for it, and now it's called Fur Fun.
Oh God.
But what's hilarious is the Kazooie is literally just for Timon and Pumbaa. Which one's the meerkat? I can't remember.
Pumbaa.
Yeah.
No, wait. No.
Okay, so
shit.
whichever
Ask
one.
the question again.
From Timon and Pumbaa, which one's the meerkat?
Timon.
Timon.
Yeah,
So
Timon.
it is
Oh,
literally,
boy.
it is just the guy, the main character is just a really crappy black cat stock asset.
Yeah.
And if you switch, it's literally they took Timon from the Lion King.
Oh
It is-
jeez.
they
That
just-
that
yeah.
smells like copyright ass
it
left
probably
and
is.
right.
And then they also got in trouble because some of their audio files were literally just the audio files from Banjo-Kazooie, and they didn't even like
Holy
rename
shit.
the audio files.
Wow.
And then
come on, guys.
this is- I
We're
don't
gonna
remember-
steal right.
I don't remember the composer's name, but they're like, well, no, the composer worked in our game, and he was just like, no, I didn't. And he's like, well, he's lying. Really?
No, he's lying. Yeah, the composer's lying about not working on
Yeah.
a fucking video game. Jesus Christ. How is your video gaming going, by the way? We haven't... I
haven't,
Now we're in full video game
Yeah,
corner.
that's true.
So,
I'm playing more of that For Honor we mentioned briefly.
yeah,
Vikings,
how's that
Knights,
going? Are you enjoying
Samurais.
it?
The game itself is very good.
Okay.
Ubisoft as a company should just be like loaded into a cannon and fired at the sun.
Ubisoft is garbage.
They are so bad. Now, I will grant that Steam was a pile of crap when it came out, even
I
though it is
agree.
now one of my favorite
I remember
platforms.
when Half-Life 2 came out. I got it on the disc. I think my parents got it for me, so thank you, mother and father. And they made you download Steam.
Yeah,
to
I think that's when it started.
install
That
yeah,
was the first-
that was
yeah.
the turning point because that's a Valve
And that's when
product.
Counter-Strike 1.6 was out, came out
And
with Source.
everyone had a fucking shit fit.
It did suck. I remember hating
It did. It
yeah.
sucked. It was really bad. I was still in GameSpy at that point. Did you ever use
Yes,
GameSpy?
I did use GameSpy.
Oh my god, I missed
Dude,
the
nostalgia.
login.
Yeah.
GameSpy. I remember everything about GameSpy. But yeah, I remember Steam powered not doing well, and I understand it takes time, but Ubisoft should know how to.
Well, that's like
do
all right.
shit.
EA Origin was like shit when it came out, but Origin is not Steam, but it's. I don't mind having it on my computer.
That's fine.
Uplay
it's
is
kind of
still
like Battle.net too.
yeah. Uplay is still a stinking pile of garbage.
Yeah.
And For Honor has this really annoying thing. Now I really like it because it's kind of like this complex rock paper scissors. Do I attack? Do I dodge? Do I block?
Yeah. It's like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
But with samurais,
Knights, and Vikings.
Vikings, that's what it was. I almost said potatoes, because of
But
Viking.
so they were cheap as shit. It's a $60 game, and then they have microtransactions where you can spend money on like
sorry.
in-game cosmetics.
You said it was $60.
Yes.
For an only multiplayer game.
No, there is a story, and even if it were only multiplayer, I feel like there's enough content to actually warrant the $60. But let me
Okay.
get to the end of my point here.
Okay.
They have microtransactions, which is a big no-no on a $60 game for me.
Yes.
Yeah, no. And then this is a game that's all about really precise timing. If the guy's swinging at me, you can like parry his attack or dodge it based on just getting the timing right.
Yeah.
They don't have dedicated servers.
Mm.
It is peer-to-peer. So
No,
I
that's
could
not
log
good.
into a game, and some little kid's Nokia N-Gage in Australia is all of a sudden like
Oh my god.
hosting it. So
oh,
it's like
fuck. What a
freaking
what
half a
pull and
second.
Engage. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Oh god. Sorry,
So-
keep going.
No,
I'm
that's
remembering
really
the
my
Engage.
those are so it's frustrating.
Okay.
It's like I was looking at my stats and in Steam, and it's like my game time is like 80 hours.
Oh
and
jeez.
you look at Uplay, my actual time playing, it's like 30 something.
Okay.
Because a lot of it's having it open, trying to get it to work. Like
Yeah.
it's just frustrating.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Ubisoft.
I
Get your
know.
shit. I know you listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
We have a couple of viewers, so
One of
I'm
them must
assuming-
be
I'm
Ubisoft.
assuming just through relativity and other sciences that one of you people work for Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
So one, you can bring me back another Splinter Cell game, and then two, you can fix James's For Honor game second.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I really appreciate it. I am still playing Binding of Isaac.
It's a great game.
And I feel bad because I went to go visit my sister and her boyfriend over the weekend, and all I did was show them the game for about 10 minutes, and I let them both play a couple of rounds, and then I get back on Sunday, and I get a Snapchat from my sister's boyfriend, Andy, and he's like, oops, and it's like a download of him downloading the new Binding of Isaac. And I feel bad, but then again, he plays Super Meat Boy, so I feel like that should be in succession at that rate.
I haven't thought about that game in a while. That's a fun one.
It's a fun game, too. I'm not good at that game, but it's fun. It's real fun. You know what else is fun? Talking about problems. James, what is your problem for this week? Because I don't remember what it was.
I would bring in something really light. It's the end of the universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no big deal. It just seems, we can move on. Yeah, it's going to happen.
That's it. Just the end of the
Okay,
universe.
so we're going to move on to WikiHow Q&A real quick. So what about the end of the universe?
Right.
Can you explain?
So I brought some stuff. So basically, from what we know, the universe started roughly 14 billion years ago.
Yeah.
And what...
Whoa. It wasn't 2,000 years ago?
Okay, so 14 billion years ago or so, it just based on the way that the galaxies that we can observe are moving away from each other.
Yeah.
They can kind of guess back that like everything was at this point in space probably about 14 billion years ago. So that's where we get the whole Big Bang. Everything's expanding away from it.
You can't tell, but his hands are moving.
I
for
need
the
to
podcast
use my
listeners.
hands to talk,
but he was holding his hands together like it was like a universal kind of thing, and then he was moving his hands in a different direction, meaning that it was expanding. So that was more for me, but I want to make sure that everyone else understands how the end of the universe happens. So.
Yeah, so that's basically how it got started. We don't know why the Big Bang happened or what's going on there.
Well, it happened because of ABC, NBC, who hosts Big Bang Theory.
Oh God,
I feel
what
like my joke
at.
doesn't hold weight if I didn't know the network. NBC hosts Big Bang Theory, and that's why it happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Chuck Lorre made a great television pilot about nerds, and it really worked out for everyone involved.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
So then there are two forces here that are really impacting how the universe is going to end. So we don't really know what's going to happen. So the first one is gravity. So the idea would be that just like kind of everything pulls back on itself because everything like shot off, but there's no energy source pushing on it.
Okay.
So all of the junk that got shot out equidistantly from this one spot because of gravity will pull back on itself. And it will kind of. But the other one is what dark energy. So people don't know what the hell that is, but it's basically when they're looking at all of the other galaxies and stuff around, they're accelerating. That's it. They're accelerating. They're going faster.
Okay.
So they don't know what's causing that.
There's no stopping point, though?
Well, but it's like without an external force pushing on it, it should be slowing down because gravity's pulling things together.
Okay.
So it looks like things are getting faster. They're going faster away from each other. And they think the cause of this is what we're calling dark energy.
Okay.
And as far as I know, no one really has an explanation for what it is.
Everyone just kind of throws their hands up in the air.
Yeah, like they
just
do
don't
not
care.
care.
You beat me to it. Good job.
So the first thing that could happen is this rate of things expanding gets so fast it goes faster than the speed of light.
Oh.
So like the universe is expanding, but not just in empty space. Like it's expanding in this room inside your bodies.
Yeah.
But gravity is like, I don't care. And it just kind of keeps everything together.
Okay. So but that's why I'm not bloated.
Well,
okay.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but so if this rate of expansion gets faster than like the speed of light, then gravity won't be able to win anymore and everything will just be like pulled apart.
Yeah.
So this is called the Big Rip, where literally no molecule can interact with another molecule because the universe is expanding too fast.
Okay.
So that one's pretty bleak.
Okay. That one's sad.
Yeah, that one is.
That one's real sad. Why is that so sad?
So the second one is dark energy remains a constant, so the universes keep going, or the different pieces, like different galaxies, keep pulling away from each other.
Yeah.
But it never reaches a huge rate, so what's probably going to happen is Andromeda and a few other dwarf galaxies, Andromeda is the nearest galaxy to us, the Milky Way, are just going to combine and form like a super galaxy.
Okay.
But then we're too far away from everything else, so they're going to keep going away till we can't see them anymore.
Okay.
And then eventually entropy is like... the loss of the ability to use like thermal energy to do work, and everything wants to go toward entropy. So eventually, all matter will just kind of reach entropy, evolve into radiation, and nothing will be left. So that's the heat death of the universe.
Wow,
where
that's
like stars will stop
super
burning,
bleak.
black store. But if in this scenario, because physics still works, we don't know what caused the Big Bang. It could like happen again. Inside.
Okay. Well, Chuck Lorre caused the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, exactly.
So, my question is that I think last week, actually, NASA had a press conference that they found a new universe. Is that Is it
That
a
can't be a
universe?
thing.
No,
That's not a thing.
They found some
I
new,
think
they
what you
found some
think
new
they found is
planets.
about 40 light years away. They found 7 planets that are Earth-sized.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's actually, and then it's around a much smaller star than our sun. So what's cool is if there's life on one of it, like
Okay.
it's gonna be a stable star
Okay.
for a lot longer than our sun is. So
Okay. So is that anything to do with the last point that you made about universes moving?
not at all. But it's kind of it's
Huh.
a cool thing.
Okay.
But it's in our galaxy.
I should
so
stop reading because it's not
no,
worth it.
it's in our galaxy. So at least
Yeah.
at this point in time, expansion of the universe doesn't matter on that scale because gravity's holding everything kind of the same distance apart.
Okay.
So it's 40 light years away from us in our galaxy, which is being held
Is
together.
that far?
I mean, if you think about it, it takes 40 years to get there going the speed of light, which is really, really fast.
Oh,
So it depends on what the limits of technology are.
which is a lot.
So, like, the speed of light is like a speed limit. Nothing can go faster than that.
Oh,
So unless, like, warp engines are real, like from Star Trek, where you kind of, like, cheat, where, like,
Yeah.
you kind of fold space around it. So you're
Manipulate
not
it.
really going faster than the speed of light, but you're kind
Okay.
of, you're cheating. Then maybe it won't be.
I guess my next question are, who is defending these galaxies?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, the MIB, of course. The Men in
Okay.
Black.
There we go.
Because according to the song by Will Smith, you know,
Yeah.
the Galaxy Defenders. Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun.
dun. Anyways.
So then the third possible end of the universe is dark energy depletes, gravity takes over, and there's a big crunch. Everything just kind of goes back to the middle. All matter is now close together. Gravity pulls it down to a tiny space, and it explodes in the Big Bang again. So this would make it an infinite loop of big crunches and big bangs.
So if that last one happens, that means we just do like a hard reset.
yeah, like all of us would die,
Okay.
but then the universe just starts again.
I put a lot of work in this podcast. I don't want that to work. I don't want
Yeah.
that to happen. That doesn't make me feel good about myself.
Yeah, I know.
What's out of those 3 scenarios, which one is the most likely?
I think they're thinking heat death right now.
Why?
Because
Because of inconvenient truth? God damn it, Al Gore.
no, heat death is things get too cold.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it literally means heat, like death of heat. We run out of heat in the universe,
Oh.
and it's the most likely because it doesn't need the dark energy like to change at all. If it just keeps pushing as fast as it's pushing, that will happen.
Okay.
Now, if it goes faster, and it reaches like speed of light fast, you get big rip, and if it stops, if it reaches a point where gravity's stronger, then it's big crunch and reset. So
Okay.
we don't know what's gonna happen.
So
and then-
we need to keep having heat then.
Heat is important. Yes.
Okay. Have you heard my new mixtape? I have an air horn app. Fuck you. It's
Yeah.
fun. That's
Nah, I
fine.
like it.
Level wise, that just fucking ruined my Zoom. So
Okay, that's good, that's
It
good.
was worth the joke. Anyways, what can we do to prevent the end of the universe?
Literally nothing.
Okay.
But it's so there's like if you go down to the quantum
Well, that's
level,
bleak again.
I'm not even sure how like quantum. I've watched videos on it on YouTube,
Yeah.
but it doesn't.
I don't know
say-
anything about quantum physics. Whoa. I don't know anything about quantum physics, but I do know about the show Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
And that guy goes from
No, so kind of on that, you go to universe to universe. So
yeah.
we don't know where the limits of technology are. Like maybe we're getting
Okay.
close because
Yeah.
computers can't get any better, or maybe it'll be crazy like and the biggest thing you think of in sci-fi. And if we get there, then you just go to another universe. Oh, we ran out of heat in this one. Let's go to that other one.
Yeah, I mean, if we keep moving, I mean, that's just how
Yeah.
it's kind of like being nomads. Like you follow the buffalo. We follow the heat of the
exactly.
universe with astronauts and Matt Damon taking
So
over
yeah,
Mars.
if we ever reach that point in time, we have a lot of time left in this universe, especially with like red dwarf stars, because they burn at like a stable temperature for a long goddamn time.
Okay.
Like to the point where like the first ones that ever formed are still going strong.
Are
Like,
they
we got-
really?
We got lots of billions of years.
So we
on
can
those things.
so if we were like hobos in space, like we can use those
Yeah,
as
you just
like
find a
as like
planet
the
that's
drum,
kinda-
and
yeah.
we like put our hands out and shit. We're just like, oh, this feels right. Like
let's cook some beans on this guy.
Yeah, like I feel like I can get some baked beans up in this piece. Like, okay. So we're gonna die. That just sounds like what you.
Well, that is not. I mean, like we're gonna be gone before any of this is relevant.
Oh, well then why do I care?
No, exactly. This is one of those I was on overnight, so I was going into the depths of YouTube, and not like the angry racist depths, which are most of them, but like
Yeah.
just weird sciencey fact depths.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, as you know, I've been getting into competitive eating, watching
Yeah.
videos and whatnot. I
Matt
had
Stoney.
Yeah, Matt Stoney. I had oh god, that makes me feel like an awful person. I had a meeting today with a person about a possibility of a new job to make a show in some kind of capacity, and his kids were there with us while we were talking because he has to feed his children. Apparently, that's legal. And I had mentioned Matt Stoney, and both of the children's ears perked up, and they've seen every Matt Stoney video. And at that point, I wanted to die because I have YouTube search history that is similar to a 12-year-old child, and it makes me feel really bad.
Yeah. Who cares?
I mean, what are you going to do? I enjoy it. I got excited.
That's all that matters, man.
Yeah, I got excited because I want to talk about Matt Stoney eating 25 Big Macs in 10 minutes.
I think if you enjoy something and it doesn't hurt anyone, then who gives a shit?
No, it really doesn't.
That being said, I wonder if that hurts Matt Stoney.
No, yeah. I mean, the views, the food definitely
yeah,
hurts
that's what
him
I mean.
Because,
like, how healthy... I mean, the dude looks like he's fit as fuck, but, like...
He's ripped.
How healthy can it be to eat, like, 28,000 calories in one sitting?
Well, let's put it this way. I watched this individual today. It was a 40-minute video, and it was a vlog about this guy who ate 37,000 calories in 24 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So that's
amazing.
That's a little over 2 weeks worth of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 24 hours. It was amazing.
Was this person a snake? Did he go to sleep for 3 weeks after he did this?
No, he said he fasted for like 2 days, and he's probably going to fast a couple of days afterward, but...
So I was a piece of garbage today, and just being tired or whatever, I didn't eat breakfast. I got Five Guys for lunch around 2 o'clock.
Oh, that's part of what he ate.
Oh, yeah.
It's Five Guys.
I really like Five Guys.
I do.
I don't think the bacon on the burger's worth it. You pay an extra, like, $1.50, and it's, like... pre-cooked, like cold.
But the toppings are good though.
The rest of their toppings are good.
I throw so many toppings because you don't pay any extra for toppings. This is not a endorsement for Five Guys, by the way, but the Cajun fries are amazing.
No, it's a good place. So I like eating there a lot.
Where is there a Five Guys around here?
It was near.
Oh, so it's Middleburg, so it's right off of Bagley then.
No, I work at the other one.
Yeah, you do.
Off of Sheldon Road. Is that? I don't know my fucking west side.
Okay, so no, you work at the brewery that's in Middleburg Heights.
Okay.
Correct. Okay, so you're off of
I get
Engle.
off at the Snow Road Engle exit.
Yep.
And
So you're off at Engle.
I went one road further than that and then got on 70 from there. Is that Bagley?
That's Bagley.
Okay, I got it at the Bagley.
Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, you went to the Five Guys at Bagley Road.
I did. Thanks.
Jesus Christ. I know more about your job.
Just where it is.
That's fine. So what did you get? What is your ideal Five Guys?
I just get a cheeseburger with like all of the sauces except mayo.
What sauces do they have? They have like barbecue.
Yeah, they
have
have barbecue and steak, ketchup, mustard,
Ooh.
Grilled onions, jalapenos.
Okay.
I think that's it actually.
Yeah. That's not bad. And it's like they're big burgers too. Like
the double patty.
Yeah.
And then I also got my girlfriend a burger, and we split the fries.
That's adorable.
It's a good amount of food.
Did you get the Cajun fries though?
No, she doesn't like spicy. But what I did is I got the fries and
Elise,
put red hot sauce on.
It's Kyle from the Plucking Petals podcast. I know you listen to this because we talked about this multiple times, but I know you don't like spicy, but the Cajun fries are the most amazing part of Five Guys burgers and fries. So I feel like the next time you go there with James, because I know you will, get him some of those Cajun fries. It makes your car smell amazing for 3 days after.
Yeah, the car did smell pretty good regardless.
It smells good. And then you get the Cajun fries afterwards, and it smells amazing. It really does. I don't like White Castle, but I remember going to White Castle when in college. I remember getting like a bunch of White Castle, and I remember my car smelling great for a while. And I feel like it's part of the experience.
No, that is true.
So next time, get some Cajun fries. They're fucking good as shit. They really are.
Oh, thanks for that recommendation.
Mm-hmm. I don't fuck around with food. What else I don't fuck around with is the WikiHow Q&A that I still don't have a title for. So, people who are listening, if you have a title for our new segment, WikiHow Q&A, I would really appreciate it because I can't think of one good goddamn pun for any of this kind of bullshit. Anyways, so the WikiHow that we are diving into today is how to get over an embarrassing moment.
You know what? This is one that I would love in reality.
It's pretty good. There's a lot of steps to this, but I'm just scrolling by because we're not dealing with those, and we're just dealing with the community Q&A questions. Shall I begin, good sir?
Let's do it.
Okay. First question: how do I face my teacher and classmates in the future without feeling anxiety after answering a question wrong?
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. You just
You
dab
just
it
do
out.
it. Yeah.
You just dab
Just
it.
dab it.
You just dab.
I thought you were gonna be like after accidentally calling the teacher mom. Like that's a
Wait,
big
hold on,
one.
Hold on. Have you ever called a teacher mom before?
I think I did once in 2nd grade.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's like an early age kind of thing.
Yeah, I think no one else cared as much as I did, but it's like one of the few memories I have from 2nd grade.
I
I'm just
don't-
like, ah!
I don't understand why like that's like a big like
I don't know.
because it's like a TV trope and like a movie trope too is to call a teacher mom. Like it's like a weird like Freudian slip in some kind of capacity. I'm interested in it, but not enough to keep talking about it on this podcast. Next question. When I was in the bathroom, I didn't lock the door and it was opened by one of my relatives. How do get over the embarrassment of facing him?
You do get over the doo-doo embarrassment by
Oh,
doing that. Everybody doo-doos. Yeah.
Solid. I like that.
Wash
All right,
your
next
hands.
question. How do I wait? I'm sorry. I'm fixing these questions on the fly. Sorry. How can I get over an embarrassment that my entire school saw? Hold on. What?
We need a lot more
There's
information.
a lot more. There's a lot more that you need to be
like, did you
asking.
whack your head on something, or were genitals exposed?
But like the whole school.
Yeah.
That's like some American Pie shit.
Yeah,
That's
I was
like-
trying to think of like a high school movie where, you know, we're at the assembly and they fake gave me an award, but really they dumped blood. That's Carrie.
That's Carrie. That's Carrie.
Whatever.
All
Yeah.
Carrie.
But yeah, I was picturing something like that.
They said if it was something like falling down, it would probably be pretty easy to get just to ignore it. But if it was really embarrassing, just act like it never happened.
Nah, don't do that. Laugh at it too. Be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was so dumb. Like, I feel like an idiot for doing that. Because then it's hard to laugh at a person with that attitude.
This one's really not gonna be able to answer very well. How do I get over a poor performance in the high jump in front of a lot of people?
Practice.
But also, I want to know what all of a lot of people is.
So you have a lot of people,
but
and
all
then you
of
have
them.
all of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same goddamn page here. And then they put brush it off the best you can. Remember that it is not a big deal to the audience because it is just one event. Most people will forget it quickly because they're your parents and they will disown you.
No, I mean, just practice, and then if you ever make that high jump or a higher jump, then it didn't.
So
who
it's
cares?
fine.
Yeah.
It's null and void.
The only way it beats you is if you quit right now.
That's true. And then you should just eat Five Guys
It's like Dark
burgers
Souls.
and
It's
fries.
like Dark Souls, Kyle. Like the
Shut
only way
up.
to really lose the Dark Souls is
Shut
to not
up.
make it to
I
the
lost
end.
Dark Souls, okay?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. I have all of them. They all hurt my feelings. How do I face someone in my college class that I sent texts and voice notes to while drunk saying that I like them?
Yeah, you should probably transfer schools.
Yeah.
Just go somewhere else.
I mean, your scholarship is probably good for more than one school. It's
Yeah.
kind of like how a voucher works.
No,
I
absolutely. And the new school will definitely understand.
Yeah.
Like if you just show up and be like, why do you want to come to our school? It's like, I got really drunk and texted someone that I like.
You just show them like a couple of voice notes.
Yeah.
I don't, as long as I've had my phone, I've never sent more than 2 voice notes as a joke. Do you know how to send a voice note?
I do.
They're dumb.
They are very dumb. The only one I ever sent was to Parker where I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and I can't really sing Katy Perry's Firework.
Yeah. Baby, you're a
That song.
firework.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like doing it.
All right. How could I get over an embarrassing incident at school?
These are all the same questions.
Transfer.
Yeah.
You dumb 12-year-old.
Oh, no, I got it. Kill yourself.
Yeah, probably. That's probably better.
Don't actually do that.
Yeah, don't. They're 12-year-olds don't listen to this. We're high profile.
We're too intellectual for them.
We talked about the end of the universe and like crunch theory. So like bunch of crunch theory. How do I get over the embarrassment of being teased about crushes?
Yeah, I don't know. That's awkward. It's hard to explain to a teenager how to get over anything because you're literally nothing but a ball of emotions.
Exactly.
But if any part of like your brain can comprehend logic, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
everyone has crushes.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. I said something embarrassing in class, and I have to go to school today and deal with other kids. How do I handle it?
Just laugh it off, man. Be
Just-
like, oh man, I was such an idiot.
They
I
literally
can't
say,
believe it."
try
Yeah.
joining in on the laughter.
That's literally
Even it secretly embarrasses you. Just act like it doesn't bother you. And remember, they will only make a big deal out of it if you do, which is a very important fact. Because
There
I
are
feel
limits
like,
on it, but it is true. Yeah.
I feel like in comedy, when I'm joking around with coworkers, if they clearly have a problem with something, I'm going to hone in on that, and I'm going to keep pecking at it until they can't handle it.
Yeah.
Because that's just what you do.
But then if they're in on the joke too, then it's exhausting.
It's not fun. How can I get over peeing my pants in front of an audience? No one saw it, but just knowing that it happened is just embarrassing enough.
Didn't Will Ferrell do it at like one of the VMAs? For some reason, I have this image in my brain of him in gray sweatpants up on stage just like pissing himself.
Was that Old School? The movie Old School?
No, it was an awards show. It was like back before we were in high school, I think. when
Yeah.
that stuff mattered. It never that it ever mattered, but like
Okay.
I maybe paid a passing attention to it. I feel like I remember that happening.
Okay,
and he's
sure.
still popular. I think he's in movies still.
Yeah, he's still in films. He's doing a movie with Amy Poehler about esports soon.
So just go act in a movie with Amy Poehler about esports.
Yeah, obviously. Get really good at improv. Get really into UCB comedy in Chicago, and just do a movie with Amy Poehler. You idiot, middle schooler. Last question.
That's what it says, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It just says you're an idiot. Do improv. Last question. What can I do if someone posted an unflattering picture of me on a group chat?
Murder
Okay.
them.
Okay, Donald Trump. Let's talk about talk about angles, and they're very important. And I understand that people take bad photos of you sometimes, and just people in general. I have a handful of photos that I've seen that I would honestly say they're unflattering. But guess what? You laugh it off, motherfucker. That's what you do.
No, I can't. There's like the meme of like the really out of shape kid with like the ninja blades,
Yeah.
and it's like, I don't know. They took my glasses. I took their lives. Like kind of overreaction.
Yeah, that's Karate Kyle.
Yeah, Karate Kyle. There it is.
Thank you very much.
I can't believe I couldn't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just go full Karate Kyle on it.
Yeah, go full Karate Kyle, folks. That's just what it is. Well, that has been WikiHow Q&A. I still don't have a title. So once again, if you have a good title for us for this podcast, that'd be really appreciative. James is getting a wonderful text from Elise, I assume.
No, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. That was very unprofessional.
That's fine. It's okay. We only put all of our noises on our phones when we're recording podcasts.
I actually am very good about turning it off.
You
since
are.
My mom called and I forgot this.
After what is this? We've been doing this for over a year or so now.
We're probably in the 30s or 40s in episode number.
Yeah. We're pretty good about that, so it's fine.
What's your problem, Kyle?
My problem this week is I have a story. So I don't know the password to our email. I don't. Okay, so what happened was is that I made a password that both of us would remember in some capacity. Except that none of us remember this password in some capacity.
Yeah.
So my phone,
I don't know what a phone is.
yeah, my phone, the cellular device that I have, has the email address on it, but that's the only way to communicate through people through the Plucking Petals
So you can
podcast.
still get onto it
Gmail.
on your phone.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the last 2 weeks or so, I've been going through Google forums to try to remedy this situation, and to no avail. And I gotta say that Google Forums are horseshit island, because when I have a problem, I really just want to talk to someone. I don't want to go through typing. Gross.
Sorry.
I don't want to type with a keyboard. I don't want to do any of that shit. I want to talk to someone on the phone about it, because there's two things that Wertz's are good at. It is drinking alcohol and talking. That's all we're good for, mostly.
How can one be good at drinking alcohol?
Yeah.
What makes you better than another person at doing it?
We're just good at it. We can hold our alcohol pretty decently. And then talking wise, I feel like I'm a pretty social butterfly in that kind of capacity.
And if this is good at talking, I feel like the bar is low enough I can reach it. Like,
exactly.
There you go.
Shut it. Okay, so because of that, Google does not have a phone number to deal with Gmail accounts
Or anything, actually.
Or
I don't remember
anything.
what I was trying to get in contact with Google too.
There's like
years ago.
a business side to it. That's the only way you can talk to someone. And literally, I call them because I try to find a secret number in some kind of capacity. And they explain to you for 2 minutes why they can't talk to you on the phone, which hurts my self-esteem.
Sir.
Yeah, and
What are you doing
it's like
right now?
some snide guy.
Okay, don't be a smart ass. Don't talk about the things that your body's doing to keep you alive.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? Oh, you're talking to me on the phone?
Yeah.
So you can clearly talk to me on the phone.
Exactly. So it's like some recorded line. I would assume his name is Tyler. And Tyler is like, hey, listen, like, we'd love to help you, but there's like a bunch of people. So like, we're just going to use this forum and we're just going to not really hire people, but they're going to be like the wild, wild west of the admins. That's great. And they'll help you solve your email issues. Long story short, I made a new email. Our new email is the Plucking Petals podcast at gmail.com instead of Plucking Petals podcast at gmail.com. I hate forums. I hate help forums. I hate Google forums.
So I actually had a similar experience related to the For Honor game we're talking about.
Okay.
So my Uplay account, because I didn't like Uplay and I still don't like Uplay, I linked to my Windows Live email, which was a throwaway.
Yeah.
So all the personal information I entered was complete and utter bullshit.
Yeah.
And they shut it down for some reason. They're like, we need to know that this is you for real. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I literally cannot do that.
We need to know this is you for real.
It's like, I have the password. Is that not enough? And it's not.
No.
So at any moment, the whole For Honor game that I'm enjoying playing could be ripped away from me because I don't have access to the email that's linked to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's when I went through the forum, we answered a bunch of questions because I put you and my name as down for the names. So our first name is James.
Okay.
Our last name is Kyle.
That makes sense.
I know when I created it, and Google says it wasn't enough information. And I told them that, listen, like, we have a podcast that's doing super well, obviously.
Yeah.
And has 1 million sponsors, obviously.
Well, Five Guys.
Yeah,
apparently.
and Five Guys.
And
Burgers
Ubisoft,
and fries.
maybe, if they don't.
Yeah, exactly. And I kept telling them, like, listen, like, I can provide proof. Like, I can literally, like, take a photo of my phone that shows that I have access to this email, and I can tell you every email that's in my inbox. And they're like, no, it's not good enough. It's not good. Then my roommate and our good friend Jason was explaining, because he's in IT, that just because you have access to an email probably doesn't mean you should have the password, because you can just grab someone's phone and just look through their email in some capacity, which I feel like is a good point. Makes it secure.
A good point.
It's a very good point. But when I could just do this podcast right now and say, literally, Google Plucking Petals podcast at gmail.com is my email, and I fucked up, and I don't know the fucking goddamn
Just get
password.
him to listen to the podcast. Just say, listen to every episode of the podcast.
I literally put that in the form. I said, we're recording a podcast this week.
Yeah.
I said, if you listen to it, it'll have my information.
Go back to the first one where you're like, hey, you can contact us at, this has been our email address.
Exactly. It's been our email address forever. And we've probably had 3 emails since we started.
That's infinitely more than I expected.
No one emails. People will contact me on Twitter, and that's that's nice. And I appreciate that because it's easier. Because guess what? I still know the password for that, but I don't remember the password for anything else in my life. So my problem, obviously, this week is the forum.
Yeah, like lack of customer service or whatever.
Just lack customer service. I feel like I used to do IT stuff for a while, and going through live chat is one thing, but like talking on the phone with someone to really express what's going on in life, I feel like does such a better job.
I agree with that. And it honestly like humanizes you because
Yes.
it's really hard. All right, so some people are absolute shit to customer service.
Well,
and
yeah.
I lost my temper once at, I think it was a Time Warner guy. And
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad about that, but the guy was an asshole.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you treat them like a human. They feel like a human. 'Cause
Exactly.
That's what we are. We're like communal animals, and it really does. All right, I'll do what I can to help you because you're another dude trying to do your dude things. Like, I don't mean that in like a male or female way because I literally today I listened to the Good Burger song like we're all dudes. I don't know why. Just
We're
felt like
all
doing it.
That is a very weird thing to bring up in some capacity. I know that when Ashley moved into her new place, I had to call Time Warner to kind of like help her out with it and whatnot. Because I was trying to be a really good boyfriend and get some extra smooches on the side.
Smooches.
And we were having problems with the modem, and I was just kind of like being really irate at the customer service person. But at the end of every one of my sentences, I would say, I know it's not you personally, but I'm having a really hard time, and you're the only one that's listening.
Yeah.
And I apologize in advance. Like
The giant faceless conglomerate you work for is doing a terrible job, which has put me in a horrible mood, and I don't want to take it out on you.
Yeah.
But I'm an emotional creature, and I can't stop this.
Exactly. And I feel really bad, and I'm sorry, and I hope you understand. She's like, I totally get it. I'll just keep listening to you if that makes you feel better. I'm like, thank you. I spent 3 days on this fucking modem project. It's bullshit. I feel like that human connection's gone. And even in a live chat, like, it's just
it's not the same.
It doesn't feel right. Like, I had, so Time Warner moved over to Spectrum. And I have Time Warner. And I've been getting emails and stuff about deals with Time Warner and Spectrum and whatnot. But I got a call this weekend while I was with my sister and whatnot in Detroit about Spectrum. And I took that call because I wanted to hear from someone personally.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel good. Makes me feel like it's a real person and that they care, even though they're lying. And that's just part of their job.
I don't want to get back on that episode where I bitched about Cox Communications.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Yeah. Did you figure out your problem with that?
Yeah, I mean, someone was literally. Did I say someone was jacking my internet? I don't remember if I caught the resolution on the podcast. But,
I think we mentioned it off the podcast that at some point they were. Yeah, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. But we got it like super strict. It's real obnoxious, but
it happens. I mean, that's what you got to do to make sure you're not paying thousands of dollars for.
Yeah, I don't remember
internet.
what the number was, but if I use my internet at full speed the entire month, it's like $9,800.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Data caps are like, we live in North Korea, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that was my problem for the week, but because of circumstances and whatnot, I don't have our happy endings bag.
That's okay.
For this weekend, because I came right back from that meeting and whatnot. I didn't know this was going to be like this, so I'm just going to make a bunch of excuses of why I don't have the items that I have, besides the recording equipment. So I guess I'm just going to make up a happy endings.
All right.
Does that sound fine?
Sure.
So James just got a new job.
Yeah.
So our happy endings for this episode is getting a new job.
Well, for the most part, isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fine. How about leaving an old job? Let me just flip the script a little bit.
I mean, so that can be rough, but in the upside, it's experiencing new things.
Yeah.
So I think you should only ever regret inaction. If you're not happy or something's not working, never, even if you took the chance and even if it's not everything you want it to be, and that's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying about my situation, but like, just only regret inaction. Don't ever regret taking a chance because you don't know, but you will never have known unless you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
I was gonna make some really dumb joke that
as opposed to.
as opposed
I
to.
don't know why. I'm sorry, being catty.
That hurts. Guess what? This is what happens when you don't sleep enough. You hurt my feelings. Well, how about we'll just leave it on that note, because that was a very nice and sincere note on the Plucking Petals podcast. You guys, this is what we're gonna do from now on. How about you tell 2 friends about this podcast? That's all I ask.
That'd
Just
be
bring
like
it up.
4 people listening.
Just
Holy
bring it up in
shit.
conversation. Be like, hey, Greg. Hey, Claire. My friend Kyle and James make this podcast, and they're totally super smart. Well, one half of them is, and they do this really cool thing.
Hey, don't call me dumb.
I see what you did there. And it's really good time. So I'm just asking for you guys to tell some people about the podcast. Because I think it's a really fun, and James and I have a really fun time doing this, and I have a new email address. So clearly, I am committed to the crime entirely. And we do guests, and we have a good time, and people seem to enjoy it.
What do you think our best episode is?
There was this one where we were both loopy. I don't remember exactly which one that was.
We were still at the library. That was a good one.
And we were just losing our shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. I think it was a lack of sleep and a lack of time, and we were just kind of rushing it. And that one was exciting. But I like all of our guests. I feel like they bring a really nice component to it, and
Pete
we're
Stoops
trying.
is always a great guest.
Exactly.
Oh, and so I'm really bad at faces.
Yeah.
I just happened to bump into Tim on Tuesday, maybe.
Where was he at? Fatheads?
No, I was down in Gordon Square. Actually, some of the platform guys invited me up. I was going to an event, but
yeah.
I got there a little early, so I got a coffee at the shop next door, and he's setting up all this equipment. He was going to do stand-up, and I asked him if his name was Mike.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, Tim.
Sorry, Tim. So that's where I do stand-up at normally. You were probably on an off night that I wasn't there this last month or so. I haven't been there.
Cool.
So.
Mystery unraveled.
I know. Oof. I go to the Gypsy Bean open mic, and I do comedy there once in a while. James, you have anything to plug this evening?
What's a plug?
What's a plug? You're a fucking liar. How long have we been doing this for now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was literally I just had I have goldfish memory right now, and it was just
that's fine.
Do I have anything I want to talk about? I guess we talked about Five Guys.
Yeah, Five Guys is cool. Go eat some Five Guys. Yeah. Wow, they need the money. For me wise, Mayor Wertz reviews food every Monday. I just did an episode about celery, so that's pretty decent at best. I finished a new song today. I finished writing a new song today for the album. Watch my videos on YouTube and Vimeo, and tell people about this podcast. It'd make us feel good if we have some new listeners once in a while to really engage and whatnot. And we'll have a guest next episode. And how about that? Good.
Sounds good.
All right. This has been the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
What?
Have a good evening.